Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jay and I am at home today making the easiest taco soup you could ever make in your life. That tastes so good, and at times like now it will make everything a lot easier. It doesn't take a lot of ingredients at all. It's very easy. This is also something, again, working moms, busy people who don't know how to cook. This is something you literally just throw in a pot, let it simmer. Easy, I promise you. So let's get started. Okay, so this is it. This is all you need at a time when you have to get cans. So if this is something that you can use cans for, or dried beans even, you know, for later down the road, even if you need to. Anyway, all you need is beans, any type of beans. I'm gonna put all three: pinto, kidney, and black beans. Corn, canned corn, depending on the times, or frozen corn. Because I'm making this today, I'm going to use frozen corn so I can save my can of corn, but whichever. Onion and garlic, completely optional. I just like to add the extra vegetables in it. Same thing with the peppers, completely optional. It will not change much without them, I promise. I'm forgetting one big thing. Mild or spicy, or a little bit of both. I'm just going to use mild today because that's what I have. Something else I just picked up in the grocery store, and I have a bunch in my cabinet because you never know. That's it. I'll show you guys how easy this is. Okay, so I've added a little bit of olive oil. This is just my onion, garlic, and peppers. I think I need to turn this on a little bit. And as always, just a dash of salt to get your juices flowing. And you're just gonna saute those around a bit. Get the juices flowing out of your veggies. Give them a couple minutes. All right. And now I'm gonna add my canned diced tomatoes. If you don't have a big can, a small can is fine. The can I used was 28 ounces. And because tomatoes are known to aid inflammation, I always, even though I added in everything else, into tomatoes especially, turmeric, because that helps inflammation. Some people react differently to tomatoes as far as inflammation. My daughter, I don't think she necessarily reacts, you know, as bad as I've seen people react. But it never hurts to add that turmeric and a little pepper to get it activated. Anyway, tomatoes. Add your beans. Now I dumped out a good majority amount of the juice in the beans. About half the can of juice. I don't know, just because it's bean juice. You can keep the bean juice if you want. Completely up to you. However you like to make your usual beans. If it's fresh beans, of course, just add a little extra water. Now again, I'm using kidney beans, black beans, and pinto beans. You could easily use one type of bean, two type of beans. I've even done this with chickpea. Usually if I have it, I'll add some hominy. I don't know why, but I love it. But I don't have it today, and that's okay. Mix it all together. Okay. Yummy, yummy. And then you can go ahead and add your taco seasoning. I had a little spicy left, so I'm using a little bit of the spicy. And then some mild. Oh, and your corn. If it's canned, I usually will wait a little bit. But if it's frozen, go ahead and add that now. Or don't add corn. It's literally just for flavor if you do. We all know this. good enough, about half the bag. All right, and mix that in. And of course my optional seasonings, if you want to add some parsley in there, a little basil. If all you have is these ingredients, make it happen. It's delicious, I promise you. Now I do like to eat it with tortilla chips. That's the only thing I would recommend you definitely have, and you can eat it without it, but to me it's just not the same without the chips. All right, and you just let this simmer for a while. Now while we wait for that, I love this recipe because it is very easy. It's the easiest recipe in the book, or at least one of them. But I also like it because it's something you can freeze. You can freeze this soup, thaw it out later on, heat it up whatever way you can, and you have another delicious taco soup with the marinated flavors. It's really good. I always love this soup next day. I also like it because my boyfriend takes it for lunch in his thermos. So for kids for lunch, or again for work for lunch, he works outside. So it's always a very easy to have on the go meal. But I also want to say, at times like this, try to do better. Everyone's going to the store and buying, like, you know, non-perishables, which is duh, that's what you want. But don't forget all that junk that you're grabbing. A lot of people are buying the snacks, so they have snacks while they're in the house. But you have to remember, that's not helping you fight anything in your system. Excuse me, if anything, you're feeding things in your system. If you are going to buy the snacks, you know, do you, boo. But don't forget about the good stuff. Herbs, things that, you know, do a little research. I grabbed a bunch of garlic. That's something you want at times like this in your system. If you go to markets, or you know, you want to have your elderberry, you know, of course they have the syrups and things like that. If that's all you have access to, grab some. But I also have, you know, like the mom's market down the street has dried elderberry, something you can just keep in a mason jar and make an elderberry syrup, which I'll probably put the recipe up to. But it's very easy, simple, few ingredients, and you have it. I give it to my daughter every morning. But yeah, don't forget about the things that also keep you healthy while you're in quarantine, or the things, you know, you'll need to be healthy. Or if you do get sick, you don't want to be eating Oreos and Doritos. You want foods that you can take while you're sick, and not just soup. Not saying soup is bad, but canned soup can sometimes have a lot of sodium or a lot of certain things. So having things like your dried beans, you know, things like that, that are full of nutrients, that will help you through times like this. But as far as making meals, of course, things you can freeze are always a plus. You always also want to think about not just toilet paper, but if your power goes out, it's like, oh, you're so dramatic. And it's like, sure, but that's things people don't think about all the time. At any moment, something could happen and all your power is gone. Then what do you have? You know what I mean? And yeah, you can eat out of cans, sure, but if you have soups in your freezer, frozen, ready to go, just need to be thawed or be heated up. Hello. You're not gonna get sick of canned vegetables or canned beans or whatever the heck it is. So yeah, just be mindful. But besides that, also use this as a time to find your positive mind. You know, don't stress so much about what's going on. Focus on what you need, what your family needs, and that's it. You know, nothing we can really do to control anything that's going on right now, but let it pass, let it go through. So a time to come together, you know, read a book, read up on things that may help you, help other people if you can. If you've got it and can do it, it's hard at times like this to say, you know, I want to help someone else, you know, but if you see someone that could use some help them if you got it, if you can help them. You know, not everyone is fortunate at times like these, especially when people are going crazy in the stores. So yes, that's my message while my bean soup is simmering. But of course, comment below. We can have the conversation about many things, but also about this recipe. I told you, it's like almost a joke how easy this recipe is. But it's something, for whatever reason, my boyfriend loves it. Every time I make it, he's like, you're a keeper. And it's like, I don't know, it's the easiest. He's never seen me even make it, so he doesn't even know how simple it is. But it's so easy. That's all. It's so easy. If you cannot cook, this is the recipe to go with. And again, like I said, the tortilla chips set it off. We buy the ones with hint of lime. If you don't have the hint of lime, then just buy some lime and put it in there. Also cilantro. We don't have any, but if you put some fresh cilantro on top of that thing, girl. And benefits of cilantro are amazing. So get some if you don't have some. If you don't have some, it's okay. I don't have any today. But usually I would put some fresh cilantro on top. But yeah, let's check out this soup. As you can see, it's boiling up. Oh, and I didn't say how much taco seasoning. So I didn't use the whole pack. I used about half of it. Taste it. If it's not enough for you, add the whole pack. I've also done it with the whole pack. It just depends on my day. But I used about half the pack, and then I had like a fourth of the pack of spicy, yes, spicy seasoning. But yeah, that's about it. I would turn it down a little bit to a simmer. Once it's at a boil, just turn it down. Let it sit. Let everything marinate in. If you want to add more taco seasoning, be my guest. And we'll plate it up. Our favorite chips to eat with it. I like this brand. They also have like, I believe it's a chia and quinoa chip one. And blue corn. Different kinds that are all really good. But this is my favorite to eat with this. And there you have it. The easiest taco soup in the world. I added some parsley. I don't know if I said that or not, but parsley and oregano and thyme I added in there. But yes, very easy and delicious. Believe me. If you're a meat eater, go ahead and add your ground beef to it if you want. A little cheese if you want. But without both, it's still delicious. And there you have it. I really hope this recipe helps somebody out there. I also wanted to say, get a houseplant or two. If you're stuck inside, you don't want to feel like you're so stuck inside. And they help clean the air. So if you haven't already, go get a houseplant or two. And just have it in the house. It makes you feel a little better, a little lively in the house if you're stuck in there for days, you know? But besides that, like I said, comment below what you thought about the recipe once you try it. And if it helped you, I would love to hear that it helped someone. But besides that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. And remember to help each other. Come together, help each other, and we'll get through it. I promise.